I know you're gonna dig this.
All right. I am not muted. I should be live and direct. Welcome back. You know, as the world's only dog attack experts, putting out a bunch of valuable information for free. You know, it's rough. It's a tough job. What makes it so bad is that people still don't take the advice. Free advice that could save your life. Save the life of a loved one. People still just don't pay any attention. They figure, what's the point? We love dogs. We're living in our matrix, our twilight zone. And, safety, that's just not something that we value. Safety, like, who needs that? Well, I mean, and it's hard to believe that information like this was published by NBC News in 2005, NBC News published this article that went over everybody's heads. Nobody paid attention. None of the so-called experts, nobody in law enforcement, nobody in law, period. No lawyers, nothing. No detectives, nothing. Just NBC News. Well, they put out this article and you see the headline. It's titled, "Baby Swings May Trigger Dog Attack. Expert Says." Subtitle, "Rocking your baby to sleep in a mechanical swing may trigger a deadly attack on the child by the family dog. A coroner warns." So, a real expert who can bear witness. Anybody listen to this expert? You see, this is not like those behaviorists, veterinarians, or dog trainers. This was a real, authentic, genuine expert who deals with the actual dead bodies. Sitting up here telling you that a flipping baby swing could provoke or encourage a worthless mutant to attack. I mean, what else do you put in baby swings? Now, did y'all run any specials on this? Did you? How many articles? There were a few media outlets who mirrored it. But for the most part, as always, nobody paid attention. Nobody took heed. That was 2005. And in 2017, one point in time out of many, infant rushed to the hospital after dogs attacked him inside baby swing. Attacked by a sausage mutt, 4-week-old boy. You get testimony from dog lovers themselves. Help. This woman wrote, "Dog bit my daughter while she played on the swings." Huh? Yeah. This is old news. They put this out a long time ago. Newborn in swing dies after dog attack. That's 2012. 3 days old. That is what makes this information so serious. That's what makes it so serious. Because we put the youngest of our family members inside of baby swings. My detractors and critics, how can you fix your lips to refer to this channel as negative in any way? Right? God bless y'all. A baby swing. Dog attacks people he knows on the swing. Now, this is adults they're talking about. Talk to me. First published 5 years ago. So even if the mutt knows them, they're on a swing, the dog is attacking them. Dogexpert.com put out a piece. Fatal dog bite attacks on infants in swings. So this sounds like what? A pattern. Just like dogs launching attacks, during a seizure is a pattern. It's one of the triggers. So is this. So add it to the long list of reasons why they attack and why they're not family pets. They're anything but family pets. Y'all know better than that. Y'all know better than that. Pet dog kills 18-day-old girl. The baby was attacked in her baby swing after her mother left the room. Now, if this information was put out in 2005, and notice how it was going on even before 2005. This article surfaced in 2000. See that? This is a pattern. How can these be considered family pets? Y'all tell me. You tell me. Shout out to the young people who got YouTube channels. Evan Seals has a YouTube channel here. He has had his channel for a while now, several years. Check this out. Joined in 2015. This is a 9-year-old channel. Had this channel for 9 years. After 9 years, this video has 49 views. And I'm going to briefly show you something. Look real quick. All right, that's enough of that. What's that dog doing? Oh, don't want to show that. What's that dog doing? Attacking a swing. How about this dog? As soon as the swing starts to swing, they're on the attack. The safe, friendly, loving family pet seems to lose it and goes into attack mode when it sees anything move, let's say faster than normal. Is that fair? Faster than normal. I guess you could say that a swing, moves fast, but not really. Dogs move fast like that all the time. Think about a swing. It's not really on the move like that. But dogs can't take it. They can't resist. I mean, all the swing has to do is move just a little bit. Isn't that crazy? So this is the predatory instinct that they tell us about. We're all familiar with this. My thing is, if y'all know this instinct exists and you know it so well, why aren't these things banned? Why aren't these things banned? Now there's a person on this swing. It's like a fairly large person. for the dog lovers who say, hey, it's just biting the swing. Why is it that if there's a person in the swing, it's going after the person? What a deranged creature. To have so many triggers. And basically all the triggers amount to is that the dog goes around launching attacks for no reason. If you got a list of so-called triggers and you got a few thousand triggers, then basically it just goes through life, through the world, launching random, unprovoked attacks. That is an excellent description of dogs. We all know that. And all the thing has to do is swing just a little bit. I mean, it's real bad. Let's look at how the dog reacts before the swing starts to swing. I think that's important. Maybe they started, maybe the dog was already attacking the swing for some other reason before the camera started. Let's see here. Oh yeah, it's bad. It's bad. If there were no other triggers, if there were just this and nothing else, that should be enough to ban them as pets, if you ask me. We got the other triggers of, bend down, tie your shoes, stand up, any type of sudden movement. It's all extreme. But yeah, if you ask me, even if it were just this and nothing else, because again, inside of homes, if there's a swing inside of a home, who's going to be inside that swing? Anything swinging. They want to attack anything swinging. Is that a safe family pet? You see, it don't take hardly anything to get them to want to launch an attack. Violence, launching attacks is too much a part of their instinct for these to be considered pets. Literally, anything else is a better option. Really can't make this up. I don't know how long this takes to load on your end. It takes a little while on my end. I apologize. I need a better computer. Need to get me something high tech. And, it also has to do with the sheer load, the number of videos where this has been documented. Now, look, this is a really good one. This is one like I just described that we should see. How does it behave before the swing is swinging? That's look like a low quality. Try to bear with the pixels. Okay, you see the dog is not doing anything. Okay, wait a minute. It's getting choppy. See if it'll clear up now. See that? Okay, now the person with the cameras has the swing, and he just swung it. And as soon as he swung it, the dog's going after it. As soon as it starts swinging. And it can't stop. After it starts swinging once, it won't stop. Their instinct to launch attacks is too strong for these to be considered family pets. It's abnormally strong because they're mutants. The aggression we're looking at, it's beyond hyperaggression because it's unwarranted. It's illogical. It makes no sense. It'd be one thing if it was aggression in response to something petty, but something still understandable to provoke an attack. It's not even in response to minor things. They attack for no reason at all. No sign of aggression at all. Look at this swing. All it has to do is just go back and forth. What you're looking at now is how much they want to attack when they see something swinging. How dangerous is that? And just think, so many people right from the hospital, got a newborn or whatever, put in a swing. Put in a swing. Put it in a swing. Do you think they're doing this research? They're not talking about this in public school. They're not talking about this. How many people can we expect to know something like this? And how important do you think it is to know something like this? Isn't this like mandatory knowledge? Shouldn't everybody be aware of this? If all it takes is a swing, why is it that many people are becoming aware of this right now as I speak, watching this stream? Isn't that irresponsible? Isn't that a failure of the educational system? Failure of parents? Even though, again, it's been documented. And this is very common with the internet. Because the internet is so new, there's been a bunch of things that have been put out, but nobody connected the dots. People have not connected the dots yet. These dots should have been connected by law enforcement, lawyers, doctors, psychologists, veterinarians, dog trainers, behaviorists. We should have heard that you should not have a dog around in a house, period, where there's a baby and there's a baby swing. We should have heard that from every dog trainer, behaviorist, and veterinarian that we've ever heard or seen. That's one of those things they should have kept in the public. How important? Does it get any more important than this? Now somebody's holding it. So when the swing starts moving, forget about it. That youngster, it's a wrap for the youngster inside it. And they go into full attack mode. And almost seem to can't stop. And none of you major media outlets, y'all have never talked about this. Because all the videos available that deal with this phenomenon are videos like you see, where people just randomly filmed it. None of these behaviorists went on to any of these shows. How many years have we had dog bite awareness? Week, month, day. And these so-called experts get up here and try to give the public, the general public, advice on how to reduce dog attacks. what do they always talk about? The only thing they talk about is how mannish and misbehaving your youngsters are, and how it's that behavior that provokes these attacks. You never heard them say this, have you? Swings. Y'all haven't even gotten around to pointing this out. And again, this is not the first time I pointed this out. Oh no. Oh no. Is this important? It's sad, man. And my live streams, they're usually so loaded that things like this dealt with only for about 2 or 3 minutes, and I move on to something else. Well, this is something that needs to be focused on. Many of the people who heard me mention this before, and I'm not the only one that mentioned it, probably plumb forgot about it. But this is something that needs to burn into your memory. As soon as you see a swing, that's what needs to run through your head. Do not bring no dog over here. But that's not what people do. You know what people do instead? They bring the dog to the swinging swing. That's what they do. That's what they do. They think that the dog will look at a swing as it's swinging the same way a human being does. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do, dog lovers. Yes, you do. You think that the dog will look at a swinging, and you think the dog will say to itself, "Aw, look at the precious little one in the swing. So harmless and innocent, swinging." Y'all think the dog is going to react. That's why, y'all, hey, bring the dog over. Bring the dog over. Let's introduce them. And then there's an attack. And then they're sitting up talking about how confused they are. And want to give us a lecture on how they've never seen it become aggressive. How they didn't expect it. And all this nonsense. Ignorance. The general public, and I'm talking about dog owners, are extremely ignorant of a lot of information. And that's because they have not had real professionals giving them information. Well, you expect all the dog owners to just look this type of stuff up? This should be something that you hear in every shelter as people are taking dogs home. The shelter workers, it should be a rule to go over the well-known triggers. I'm going to have to get that list of triggers that Dogs Bite made. Those of you who've seen it, you know it's long. And what they did was they took a bunch of stories or dog attack reports, pinpointed the reason that the dog, the reason that was given in the reports, why the dog attacked, and just compiled them, put them all together. And some of the reasons are cartoonish, but they're real. They're all real. But they're for the dumbest reasons. Many of them we already know about. Sneezing, a cough, right? Pick up a remote, drop something, stand up, or just make a sudden move. Anything. And these things launch an attack. Those type of things, they should have a list at the shelters and make it mandatory. We have to go over this list. You're talking about safety here. You do it with any other item that you're selling or getting rid of. Why isn't this mandatory? There's no regulation with dog culture at all. Y'all should get slammed with a whole list. They should give y'all a quiz to make sure you're aware of all these triggers. And that might, that's why they don't do it. Because that might change your mind about getting it. Especially if you're getting a bully breed, a large dog. And look at that list like, whoa, really? Yeah. A baby swing, any type of swing. Really can't make this up. And yeah, sneeze, fart, the sounds that newborns make was pinpointed by a veterinarian as one of the things that would make a dog want to launch an attack. The songs that newborns make was pinpointed by a veterinarian as reasons that'll make a dog want to attack. So it don't stop at baby swings. I could be here all night talking about the triggers, the already proven things that have made a dog decide, you know what? Let me attack this person. But do y'all take it seriously? No. No. That's why I got to be lighthearted with these live streams, because they're so serious. They're so serious. They work up my nerves. I recently had to start taking more herbs for my nerves. Acetaminophen works, or Tylenol works, but I don't like pain medication. Dog lovers, y'all a very stressful bunch because of stuff like this. And it's from top to bottom. The CEOs, the shelters, just corrupt through and through. It's all about lying, concealing information, deceiving people. One more chance. Give them another chance. It's all about keeping dangerous dogs alive. Those videos that I shared of that dog trainer who focuses on working with aggressive large dogs, that's a dangerous thing to celebrate, to showcase, because what they're doing is getting the general public excited over the idea of keeping dangerous dogs alive. Dog lovers view that as like a work of miracle. You've saved our God. You've fixed it so that it doesn't have to be euthanized. That's why those types of trainers get the most views, if you ask me. And really, let me retract that. That's not even true. Because that guy, Zach George, he has more subscribers than that guy I recently showed. Y'all remember who Zach George is. He's all about positive reinforcement training. Ridiculous. One of these days, we're going to have to talk about how, well, I'm going to ask you all, do you think that you are in more danger of being attacked if your dog owner, neighbor, is a man or a woman? Which dog do you think poses a greater threat? Is there a difference? Is one more dangerous than the other? Because that dog trainer that I showed the other day, marinate on that. Didn't that dog seem more dangerous before he, did whatever he did? He referred to it as a conversation. Didn't it seem more dangerous before he did that? Didn't it seem more likely to attack random people or passerbys? Whereas after he did or had his conversation with it and its tail was permanently tucked, do you think that dog was less likely to attack someone walking down the street in that moment? Yeah, that's a tough discussion to have, but I think we need to have that because it might suggest that the best way to deal with large vicious dogs is to do whatever that guy did, which is something that they don't universally accept. Many dog lovers view it as dog abuse. And they don't, they disagree with even being dominant. Even though that's the only language dogs speak and understand. They don't understand what you're saying, but they understand if you're trying to be dominant over them. And if you're not, the pattern is that they will try to be the dominant one. And is that why when someone is attacked by their own dog, is that why it's usually a woman? And, point being that if you're a woman, that might be extra motivation for you to not acquire one of these things. Right? You might be a special type of stupid. Because look, bottom line is men have testosterone. They have hormones that make them more aggressive, more receptive to aggression. We got hormones that gives us more strength. And in some cases, to some extent, look, the man will have a better chance of restraining a dog. And if the dog believes that the man is the alpha, would that make that dog less likely to attack the neighbor or a visitor or whatever? Uncomfortable discussions for a lot of people that haven't been had. They have not been had. Dog culture, people in dog culture, they don't have serious discussions like this at all. Just look at them. When they get together in these groups, what do they talk about? How cute a dog looks taking a bath. A bunch of dumb stuff that's not important. They get together and waste time. They're not any more equipped to protect others, people in their family or general public, people in the community, their neighbors. They're not any better to protect anybody after they get done congregating, because all they talked about is goofy dodo video and watch the dog playing in bubble baths. Sad that we the ones got to step up and get serious and be the adults in the room. The crazy thing is, even after they see something like this, they're not going to take heed. So shout out to all of you. Many of you been following me for years. This has been 8 years. I think I've been doing this for 8 years. a 8-year class. And this is what professionals do. They got to keep up with the development of their field. But these so-called professionals, they're not even aware of how much they have failed. Y'all's population, talk about the population or the number of dog trainers, veterinarians, and behaviors exploded starting in around 2005 when Caesar came onto the scene. He set off an explosion of behaviorists and dog trainers. I mean, in more than, I would say, triple, quadrupled, or more in all the United States and really all over the world. And it hasn't slowed down. We've since got a steady flow of it because they see how easy it is to make money. So y'all have had an explosion of professionals. Y'all's information, y'all's knowledge has been circulating via social media, via the internet. So that increased the chances that people will be more effective at controlling them, or doing whatever you're saying that they should do to reduce dog attacks. And before your stupid explosion, during your stupid explosion, and long after, dog attacks have been going up, up, up. That proves dog training, it's a con. Nothing but a con. I don't care how many trainers you see slap a dog around and turn it from being aggressive to being scared. It's a con. That dog is just less likely to attack that man, that particular man. Unless, I'll give him even more credit than that. While that man is around that dog, there may indeed be a less of a chance that the dog attacks someone else, because the dog is going to more likely keep the subordinate position while the man is present. But even if that was his dog, he can't be around his dog forever. And the bottom line is, a bunch of dog owners slap their dogs around and use intimidation tactics. That's why that guy has so many followers and so much support. Remember, he has almost 2 million subscribers. And they all know what he do. That video that I shared with y'all, do y'all know that he has a lot of videos like that where he'll have an aggressive dog. And he'll cut. I was watching one of his videos earlier today where instead of cutting like he did the other time, where he wrote up there and that he had a long conversation with the dog. Well, instead of doing that, what he did, he pixelated the entire screen. Turned the whole screen into pixels. You couldn't see nothing. All you saw was, a bunch of colors. And then when it went back, but you could hear it. I mean, it is so obvious. It's so obvious what he's doing to those dogs. And I can't find it. Hey, y'all better hope I don't find this video. Because he had a thing around the dog's neck. Like, y'all remember this thing. And it was a different dog. Keep in mind, it was a different dog. He had one and the owner had one. They had two on the same dog. And when that dog tried to snap at him, it instantly went to pixels, and you could hear the dog being whatever. You could hear something going on. And then I'm upset that I can't find that particular video right now. But when I do, I will share it and go over it. But my point is, so many of his watchers knows that he bullies them around. Let's put it like that. He knows that he roughs the dogs up a little bit to intimidate them. And he admits it. Like, yeah, you got to intimidate them. You got to be hard on them, his words. So we know full well, many of you slap your dogs around. But yes, guess what? Dog attacks still going up. They're still going up. So this method ain't working. No training method works. Y'all actually use a combination of training methods. And they all fail. If training is not the solution, there's no solution. That's their go-to. Training. Well, I feel that training has been proved to be a failure. So now you're just playing games with your mind. Shout out to everybody able to join me for this live stream. And I hope you can join me on the next as we continue with this crusade.